Want the inside scoop on F. Scott Fitzgerald's own perspective on the title of The Great Gatsby? Stay tuned. Hi, it's Professor Bernstein, and in previous episodes of the Get Into Lit series on The Great Gatsby, I've talked to you a little bit about the title of the novel. In this brief episode, I want to call your attention to Fitzgerald's own perspectives on the title of the novel and how you can use this information to start developing your own analysis and interpretation of his book and the significance of the title. So here's something you should know. Right before The Great Gatsby was set to be published, Fitzgerald sent a telegram to his editor, Maxwell Perkins, and said, "Is it too late to change title?" As one of the participants in Studio 360's American Icon series on The Great Gatsby, as this person points out, in the end, Fitzgerald was not really satisfied with the title The Great Gatsby and he didn't feel like it was a good title. Fitzgerald went through many different titles for this novel, including Under the Red, White, and Blue, Gold-Headed Gatsby, A High-Bouncing Lover, Among Ash Heaps and Millionaires, and Trimalchio. I want to tell you just a little bit about this last title, which might be totally unfamiliar to you, but this information comes from A. Scott Berg, who is the author of Max Perkins' Editor of Genius. So Max Perkins was Fitzgerald's editor as well as Hemingway's editor. And in his book, Berg points out that this title referred to the ostentatious multimillionaire in Petronius Arbiter's Satyricon, who was famous for his colossal and extravagant banquets. I don't know about you, but I always really enjoy getting behind the scenes in an author's life and in an author's writing process. But if you're writing a paper about The Great Gatsby, you're going to want to do more than just state, well, these are possible other titles that Fitzgerald was contemplating. In fact, he wasn't very satisfied with the title The Great Gatsby. That's just really summarizing, presenting information. It's not bad to mention those things, but if you really want to bump up your level of analysis, and if you really do want to learn how to analyze and create your own interpretations, here are some things that you can do with the title and the alternative titles to come up with a really interesting analysis that's all your own. So one of the most simple things that you could do is compare the title, the final title, The Great Gatsby, to one of the alternatives that Fitzgerald was contemplating. So one question that you could ask yourself, or one set of questions that you could ask yourself, is why is The Great Gatsby a more powerful, significant, attention-grabbing title than, say, Under the Red, White, and Blue? Or why isn't it as powerful as Under the Red, White, and Blue? And what's the meaning of these titles? What are the connotations of these titles? How do they connect to the larger issues in the novel? So that's one set of questions you could ask yourself. Okay, here are some other things that you can consider. Is Among Ash Heaps and Millionaires somehow a more accurate depiction of the novel? Like more accurate than the title, The Great Gatsby? Why? Why not? And while you're considering this question, as well as really all of the questions related to the title of a novel, whether it's about The Great Gatsby or not, you should think about what is the significance of a title? Why does a title matter? What's the function of a novel's title? These are all questions that are going to help get you to a sort of higher level of analysis because you're contemplating not just the significance of the title in relationship to this work, but also the significance of titles in general. Okay, now I want to tell you a little bit about what you should take into consideration if you're writing an essay about the title, the significance of the title, or the significance of alternative titles to The Great Gatsby. And my main thing that I want to emphasize here is that your teacher or your professor really expects you to support your interpretation, to support your ideas with evidence from the text. So what you want to do as you're thinking about these questions is find specific passages in the novel that can help support your idea. And you want to use, really ideally, some paraphrasing is okay, but you want to use direct quotes in order to support your idea. So you might offer sort of an initial interpretation of one part of the title, then you'd find a few quotes that support that. You'd put those quotes in your paragraph using signal phrases and parenthetical citation, and then afterwards you would analyze those quotes in relationship to the point that you are making about the title. If you are interested in some of the sources that I mentioned about The Great Gatsby, I encourage you to head over to my website right now. It's www.jenniferbbernstein.com and go to the Get Into Lit section. And that's where I'm going to list out, I'm going to keep a growing list of high quality resources on The Great Gatsby and other works of American literature, because there's so much great free information out there, but there's also so much mediocre and even less than mediocre information out there, and I can help you sort through it and understand why some sources are better than others. So head on over there, and if you like this video, of course, I would love it if you liked it, and subscribe to my channel. So that's it for now. I'll see you in the next episode of Get Into Lit. Bye!